Well, wrestling fans, it's done. It's over. The almost 500-day title reign, or a little over 500-day title reign, whatever they spilled out tonight in the main event, is over
with.
Brock Lesnar is no longer our Universal Champion in the WWE. I'm speechless. I truly am. You know, in my estimation, first of all, welcome to the SummerSlam 2018 review. This is Webby, as you all know, and this is the happy, excited Jason Funny.
Yay! This is a good night for me.
People
won.
He's very, very happy that Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion. And there was Chloe.
She's excited too.
She's real excited too. I can tell you that much.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, but it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't believe WWE would not pull the trigger and have a cash in tonight. They really did not have the cash in. I'm almost speechless. I am almost speechless with that hump of garbage that we saw in the main event. And it was garbage. And I know that I am not the only one that thinks that. That was a load of crap. Like he just did. But anyway, I'm telling you, that main event was garbage. Braun Strowman should have cashed in and became the Universal Champion, and people should have went home happy. Instead, we had Vinnie Mac, Kevin Dunn, and the rest of them say, fans, you're not important. We don't care about you. Forget you. We're going to do what we want. And that's it. The only thing I can say is, I hope Brock Lesnar F5s and Suplex Cities Roman Reigns to oblivion tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. And we get, in some form or fashion, a cash-in and a new Universal Champion. This is ridiculous. Absolutely horrible. Jason Funny, I know that you are just joyous and happy about it. What did you think about the main event? I mean, it was almost like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
What point of I told you so? What I told you at the beginning that was going to happen?
Well,
what part?
Well, you said that Roman Reigns was going to beat Brock Lesnar. Yes, you did say that. Which Brock Lesnar did need to drop the title. I think every wrestling fan out there would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But Roman Reigns, I don't care who you are, does not need to be Universal Champion.
I don't agree with that. He's
on the Roman Empire bandwagon.
He worked every bit. He probably worked harder than Brock Lesnar has the last year, 2 or 3 years, showing up 2 or 3 times a year at the WWE. Well, Roman Reigns has been on the road, show after show after show. When Brock Lesnar, so who's worked harder? I mean, Brock Lesnar pretty much got there and got the title pretty much handed to him. Brock Lesnar was worked week after week, year after year on wrestling shows. Brock Lesnar shows up 3 or 4 times a year. Okay, whatever you say, Webby.
Okay. I never said anything about Brock Lesnar's work ethic, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
New Universal Champion. I doubt it's for very long. Roman Reigns. In this 6-hour show, not only did we see that, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for United States Championship. A lot of people predicted that Jeff Hardy was going to walk out of SummerSlam with the U.S. title again, and Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton would go after the U.S. Championship in a rivalry at Hell in a Cell. I am very glad that did not happen. I don't know about the rest of you. Nakamura deserves to have a nice, lengthy title reign, and I think Nakamura could have a rivalry with somebody else, and Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton could have a program of their own. That only makes the most sense. What do you all think?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like both of them, but I don't know. I mean, Nakamura, is that his name?
Nakamura.
I'm really fond of him. I think he's showed himself to be going to have a great future in WWE. You know, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. It was an okay match.
Yeah, it was a good matchup. I'm glad that it wasn't short, quick to a point, and it wasn't just a match that ended in 18 seconds like the last one did.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit better match, and it drew out a little bit. Which some of these matches need to go, they don't need to end in 2 seconds, and some of them do.
Yeah, kind of like the Constable Corbin versus Finn Balor contest. That was not very long at all, nor should it have been, because the Demon was back tonight, which everybody, I don't know who would not be excited to see the Demon entrance, because we haven't seen it in such a long time.
I really thought his paint was cool.
The only thing I would question about this, which some of my other friends did question, was what warrant the Demon coming back for this rivalry, other than it being SummerSlam. I understand Demon coming back for SummerSlam, but other than that, just to squash Baron Corbin in a couple of seconds.
The coolest paint ever. His chest and everything, they put the coolest paint on him. It looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was
really good.
It was a good sight to see.
One of my favorites, by the way, being Finny Boy, is one of my favorite ones out there right now.
Yeah. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, WWE Championship. This was at an odd spot, quite frankly.
It was on the card a little bit odd to stick it right there.
I was kind of surprised, honestly, that they put Baron Corbin and Finn Balor after this match.
Yeah, it was a little bit different.
And AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, they put on a decent match, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, not the best performance, not the worst, though.
It wasn't completely held back as much as Nakamura and Styles was at WrestleMania. I wouldn't go to that extreme. I think it was a little bit, but I think they were doing that for the same type reason that they held back Nakamura and AJ Styles at Mania, because they wanted to give the biggest spotlight for Reigns and Lesnar. Them doing that this time would give everybody the biggest pop for the the shock value or whatever for the main event, which quite frankly did not go over so well in my estimation. But this wasn't a bad match by any sense of the word, and it was a good way to carry the storyline over by the disqualification finish. Don't you think?
Yeah, and Samoa Joe is one tough son of a gun. But what I think he made a mistake when he talked about Styles' daughter and family.
Yeah, he's making it really personal.
Yeah, he made it a little too personal. And so, of course, any father would act the way he did. But Samoa is a tough son of a gun. And but I think he just ran his mouth. I mean, I really wish the only problem I got with AJ Styles is get a new hairstyle, please. My gosh, that's a horrible hairstyle. Man, get one like mine. Gosh.
You're funny. So, I've already mentioned Braun Strowman almost cashing in. Well, Braun Strowman took on Kevin Owens. Pretty much know the result of that match now. And he beat KO. And it was pretty much a downright squash. He hit him a couple times.
I mean,
and that was it.
I was kind of
power slam, and it was over.
I was disappointed because Kevin Owens had a lot more better matches than this. Kevin Owens is excellent in the. What happened, Kevin Owens? You did not have a good night. I'm usually on your side, but it was not a good night for Kevin Owens.
No, it wasn't.
And he usually does great. He's a lot better than this, folks. So I don't know what's going on, but he's a lot better than this. I mean, he's got ability for a man his size that people way smaller than him can't do. I just don't understand it. He was not on his top game. They might be shoving him on the shelf for a while. WWE likes to take good athletes and not trying to be negative, but they like to take good ones and not use their full potential.
Right. The Bludgeon Brothers took on the New Day for SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Pancake power.
Whatever. Power of pancake positivity.
I like pancakes.
And first time we've seen the Bludgeon Brothers do this, get themselves disqualified so they can retain their tag team titles. No question, this was a way to continue the rivalry going into Hell in a Cell. And I think come Hell in a Cell, we're going to see new tag team champions. What do you think? Are we going to see 5-time tag team champions next month?
I don't know. I really wasn't into this match, honestly. Except for maybe the pancake thing.
But okay, do you want to see new tag team champions next month? Or do you want the Bludgeon Brothers to continue bludgeonizing all over?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, honestly, tag team era, there was a time where I really cared about the tag team championships, but now,
Since you mentioned that, WWE, it really does seem like they have strayed away and watered down their tag team wrestling, haven't they?
Yeah.
They really have just letting it fall flat. All you have to do is look at the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Who's
B Team, go, go, go. B Team, go, go, go. B
I
Team,
thought like the A team
go,
was the
go,
best.
go.
I thought the B is number 2, A is number 1. What?
Yeah, see?
By pretty much saying the B team, they're saying the number 2.
They're jobbers. I know.
That's the number 2.
They took on the Revival, and this was a joke. Speaking of a joke, okay, the B team, they retained. I don't even have anything to say about it, and I'm sure you don't either.
No.
Right? Speaking of a joke, Rusev Day from being in the main event of the Extreme Rules to not only being on the pre-show of SummerSlam, but the opening match of the pre-show of a 2-hour-long pre-show. WWE, what are you thinking? What are you doing? I understand. I get it. You had no intention of really putting a ton of stock into Rusev for a main event at this time. But that character and that superstar and his rivalry with Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, you take that matchup, give me a break and put it on the first match of the pre-show? I have one word for that.
Twix.
Cringe! They deserve so much better.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Yeah. But Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega win. They are slowly but surely. I mean, Aiden English didn't even get involved, and Rusev Day still lost. They were slowly but surely just Rusev Day just falling flat on their face. Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. I'm going to be honest with you.
Who?
Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander.
Goulash.
Okay, goulash. For the Cruiserweight Championship. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not even see this matchup. So if anybody could tell me what happened during this match,
comment.
Put it in the comments below.
I can't remember.
I didn't even see it.
It's a forgettable match.
Carmella versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Woo! You see whose bandwagon he's on.
Woo!
And he's happy about this one, too. Because who won?
The Queen. Her Majesty. Charlotte Flair.
The Queen of the WWE is the new Women's Champion. However, in my eyes, that's not the story. Some of you, that might be the story. Charlotte being the champ. Everybody has their opinion. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. Becky turning heel. Destroying Charlotte tonight is the story. That's the story. And it's going to make for an intriguing rivalry going into Hell in a Cell, going into Evolution, into the fall months. That's what it's going to be about. But Becky couldn't have stayed a babyface forever. Not with how this was built up. And as far as Carmella's reign is concerned, hey, look. She didn't have a paper title run. A lot of people hated her title run because it was filled with James Ellsworth helping her retain and Asuka getting crapped on. But, you know, what can you say? I mean, seriously. hopefully Asuka comes back and she has a new look, something that will appeal to WWE behind the scenes. That way she'll get a good push on the main roster. What do you think?
Dear the Baba.
Okay, that's what he thinks. Daniel Bryan and The Miz.
Well, they built it up as much as they could. It was okay. I mean, there wasn't nothing special. I mean, how many times can you say yes?
The Miz versus Daniel Bryan will continue.
Yeah, it's not the first time we have seen it, and that's not going to be the last time. So it's
The Miz won. The Miz won. Rivalry won't be over until Daniel Bryan beats him.
They're trying to make a big deal out of the last 7 years that they had some big rivalry, but really they're just clipping off parts to make it look like they had a big rivalry, but they really never have.
And finally, we have two. Well, one, we have two different opinions about that. I think it's been a really good rivalry, and that's one of the most intriguing things about SmackDown, and you want to know the truth. But finally, the opening matchup. Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler, Intercontinental Championship. It was a toss-up of who was going to win. You had Dolph Ziggler, who had Drew McIntyre. Without a doubt, this Diesel and Shawn Michaels pair that they've been doing for quite some time is going to end soon. It's going to. And then you had Dean Ambrose, who, without a doubt, has a different look to him. He does not look the same. Different haircut. He's buffer. He does not look the same anymore. So, the question was, is Dolph Ziggler going to walk out the Intercontinental Champion? Or is Dean Ambrose going to cost Seth Rollins the IC strap and turn heel? Because a lot of people were kind of wanting that to happen. That would have been something intriguing going into the fall months. Now, once we saw Becky Lynch turn heel and attack Charlotte, I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, because on this very night, it would have stolen the thunder from that storyline. Save it for a different pay-per-view. That's just me. Or save it for a Monday Night Raw. But there's no question that's coming. Dean Ambrose will turn his back on Seth Rollins. But on this night, Seth Rollins bringing the IC strap back to Monday Night Rollins. And I think the dissension between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre is going to start happening. What do you think?
Well,
did you like this matchup? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or
I don't know if I never really truly agree with you.
What in the world are you doing to that can?
I'm trying to get my finger out of it. Got stuck. So we was talking about Roman Reigns.
No, we weren't.
Oh,
I was at the very beginning. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Do you want to talk about the Roman Empire?
I don't really have nothing to say. This is my night. I'm happy, satisfied.
Okay, you don't have anything else to say?
Just go to my channel and see what I have to say on the Funny View.
You don't have anything to say? What about Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss? You don't have anything about to say about them?
The only thing I really have to say is that paint. I don't know. She had too much eyeshadow or something on her face. I don't know what the deal is.
Are you glad that Ronda Rousey is the new champ, or do you want an Alexa?
I think that probably Ronda Rousey, because Then that way she can face Charlotte, and Charlotte can prove that she's the real queen by beating a UFC female fighter.
Well, you've heard it from Jason Funny. Any other comments?
Yes. The Jason Funny Channel 42 on YouTube and at FunnyTubers42, my Facebook page.
There you go. Go and check that out. And you can also check out my Webby report on his YouTube channel.
Yep.
That'd be much appreciated. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for all notifications. Go and check out anything you missed. Subscribe to Twitter and Facebook at 2007 Webby. Follow me. And until I see you again, catch you on the other side.
Bye.